Welcome back to another night of me doing a crap ton of level grinding and also actively glaring at my modem. I'm not joking about the glaring at the modem. I am currently staring at my Wi-Fi connection. It's being a hiccup. So we'll see how today's going to go. Previously on the stream, well, I guess previously on the channels, we got to level 44. Congrats to me. Mwahaha. I say congrats to me because I'm the one who, like, did all the level grinding. Unfortunately, that cannot be shared. That'd be amazing, but that ain't happening. I don't even remember how much XP was remaining. All I know is that it was like 20,000 or something like that, so... We've got a few streams before we hit level 45, but hey, you know what that means? We're about 55-ish levels to go. I say ish because I'm not doing the exact math in my head. Like, yeah, it's 55. I'm not doing the exact calculations, okay? I'm just subtracting 44 from 99. It's a very small thing. But yeah, that's the, we're about 55 away. Woohoo! Of course, the gaps are going to get longer and longer, which is par for the course, especially with this game and the 2.8 million XP that's going to be required for me to completely max out. That's something to look forward to, but hey, we're a pretty good chunk of the way through the grind already. I don't know how to celebrate when we get to at least 1.4 million total XP, but I will figure it out when we get there. It's gonna be a blast. I'm looking forward to it. Also, we surpassed the 100-hour mark last stream. It was a little bit less fanfare because I was really focused on making sure I was on pace for getting to level 44? Yes. I was forgetting which level I was at, even though I literally was staring at it like 5 seconds ago. Yep. And, once again, I did a little bit of DDR before the start of the stream, just like a little off-stream warm-up, and once again, it's working. It's working really well. I am not sleepy or falling asleep actively, so... I'm gonna keep that up, and that's gonna guarantee that I work out at least 3 times a week, and I'm not skipping leg days. So, pretty good times. Pretty good. Oh, man. I want to say I accomplished a crap ton, but I don't think I accomplished much today. I know I did some vacuuming, but I gotta do the other half in an hour or two. In a couple hours, yeah. Darn, I'm gonna have to do the rest of it tomorrow morning. Because, TOD, or time of day, is gonna be a problem for that. That's the curse of me dozing off earlier today. I did doze off, just not gonna do it during the stream, thank goodness. I am gonna think about ice cream, though, because I'm already thinking about it, and I'm still wishing. Because once again, ice cream was on sale at my local store, and I didn't get more. And the next time I get it, I know pretty darn well that it's not gonna be for sale, because that's just the pattern. Or I might get lucky and land on another sale day. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Well, actually, I will see. It'll be just me. But that'll be good. Oh. Still gonna have a big yawn. I woke up at like 6 in the morning today. Obviously I went back to sleep until my usual time of 9 in the morning. And that was a much needed extra couple hours of sleep. Very much needed. Because that... was it 6 a.m.? Now I'm mixing it up. I'm mixing it up with all the 4 a.m. days. The 4 a.m. days are the worst. I do have an idea that the next time I wake up at 4 a.m., I'm just gonna grab the iPad, boot up my painting or drawing program, and just draw for a bit at 4 a.m., and then go back to sleep once I start getting super sleepy and doze off, and then find out what the heck I came up with, later in the day, once I fully wake up again. I think that'd be a hilarious idea. I mean, I used to do that with some of the dreams I had, and I would write them down like early, late in the morning, and then I would look at them later in the afternoon when I was more awake, and I was like, what kind of weird stuff was I typing? Especially if I'm half asleep typing. I never typed right when I was half asleep. Oh hey, we're gonna hit flat 20,000. Yay! Hang on, let me get rid of the siren. There we go. Alright, cool. Cool. Okay. I think I need to take a little bit more on. Let me get more HP so then I don't have to hear the constant siren. I am not a big fan of the siren. It's a good way to know that my health is almost completely gone, but it does get a little obnoxious after a while. What's extra funny is that my television is currently set at 4 because games are loud. Whenever I watch a TV show, it always has to go up to like volume like 15 or 16 or something like that. But when I'm playing games, it's at 4 because otherwise it's loud and I don't want the microphone to be fighting for its life, trying to just focus on picking up my voice and nothing else. It actually does a really good job of not picking up extra stuff. I'm really surprised. It's a decent microphone and it's just a headset that my brother bought a few years ago and was like, hey, do you want this? I'm not using it. And I'm like, yeah, I do. Thanks, bro. I can't remember if I counted that as his Christmas present or birthday present to me, but either way. Either way, the headset has served me well. Very well. It is not giving me grief. Yay! The only time it technically has given me grief is because of my own undoing, usually involving audio and video editing. Like when I'm recording on the desktop specifically, and I forget to switch to the headset for audio and video recording. 10 out of 10. Oh, we're making good progress for only about 10 minutes so far. Very good progress. I think I've talked about this before on stream, but I have been improving my diet and implementing a crap ton of vegetables. For example, green beans. Totally delicious. Ate a whole can about an hour or two ago. Still good. I mostly ate it because the food that I did have didn't quite hit the spot, even though there was potatoes involved. There was also pork chop and some broccoli, but it didn't quite hit the filling spot. So I'm like, I need more food in my gut, so my stomach doesn't start grumbling on stream. And so then I can focus on that and not be like, what sort of thing can I cook in the middle of the stream and eat? I'm still gonna think about it, but it'll reduce the cravings. I'm just a hungry lad. Oh well. But I'm also glad that I'm implementing a lot more vegetables into my diet because I didn't eat them as much growing up. Like, I was very specific, and I'm still kind of specific and picky, but like, for example, I've implemented peas and carrots into my rotation. As long as I fry them right, and then, usually in fried rice. And then peas, carrots, corn. I guess corn's technically a grain, but that and green beans, that stuff ends up in the vegetables and gravy stuff. That's always good. I've learned the secret for cooking those is either you cook them in a mixture of sesame oil and olive oil, So like a 1-to-1 ratio of olive oil to sesame oil. Maybe it's like, I think it's like a teaspoon or tablespoon or so. I never properly measure it. It's a bad habit of mine. But it's either that or cooking them in butter always makes them taste better. Or oven roasting them, specifically in the case of broccoli. Oven roast some frozen broccoli first. Well, first you drizzle and coat it in olive oil, and then you put a little bit of salt, maybe a little bit of pepper, and some basil, surprisingly. You stir that up so then it's all coated, and then you stick it in the oven for like 12 minutes at 425. So good. So delicious. And you don't even have to do the whole broccoli florets. You can just use the cut broccoli if you're down with those. Those are great. I'm glad I learned to cook vegetables in a way that I enjoy. I'm also glad that I'm trying to find more options of things to eat rather than just pasta. Because growing up, I was basically a menace when it came to pasta. The pasta aisle hated to see me coming. Yeah. I've mastered the art of pasta making at this point. Technically, I've also learned a mac and cheese recipe. I've talked about it like 20 times at this point on stream, but it's so good. But unfortunately, the power of lactose intolerance is a little stronger than I anticipated, so I can't always eat it. It has to be an every once in a while thing where I make the mac and cheese. And the trick for me to continually enjoy it is to let it dry out a little bit before I put the food away. Because if I dry it out, then it just, I don't know, it tastes better when it's slightly dried out. But then again, I'm also someone who, like, other than a few things, avoids softer foods. Like, obviously, a good cooked piece of meat that's real soft, I love that. Like a good roasted beef, oh my gosh. That's so good. So good. I love ranting and rambling about food. It's one of my favorite things. Because it gives me life, it gives me energy, it tastes good, so I guess it also fills in the pleasure box. Not in the weird way, chill out, it ain't like Food Wars. Good lord. I've only seen clips of that series and I'm like, you know what? No thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need that in my watch list. There are other things I can enjoy. If I wanna have food cravings, I'll just watch Ghibli films, because the animators for most Ghibli films make food look absolutely divine. Kinda drooling just thinking about it. Ooh. I just thought about this. I wonder if that restaurant's open right now. One of these days, or maybe, you know, maybe I could just also just find it. I wonder if it's at the store. I'm thinking about onion rings, that's what I'm thinking about. Because I haven't had onion rings in ages. But that does sound pretty good. Some onion rings. I could go for some onion rings. Those would be... The first time I tried those, it was like a stack of them at a restaurant, because they would do like a small... It was like an onion ring tree where it'd be stacked like largest to smallest at the top. Those were always so good. I think I like fried foods, which can be good, but also can be bad in terms of health stuff and things. I'm lucky to inherit the healthy heart side of the family. I had that checked actually a few years ago. I was experiencing chest pains when I was in high school, and I was kind of freaking out because I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I inherited the side of the family that has heart problems and stuff like that? Like, that was a legitimate concern. So we actually went to this like heart checking clinic to like, turns out you can get an ultrasound on your heart, and they're like, yeah, your heart's healthy. And I'm like, wait, really? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, and all I'm thinking in the back of my mind is, Well, then where's the chest pain coming from? Turns out I was just an anxiety-riddled high schooler, which is very much on track. Teenagers are often riddled with anxiety, and I was no exception to the rule. What a beautiful day. I say it's a beautiful day because I also just, every time I play Dance Dance Revolution, I have to take a shower or at least wash off because I don't want to be all sweaty and gross. I don't like being sweaty and gross. It's not fun. Plus, a post-workout shower, especially if it's a hot shower for post-workout, just so good. It relaxes the muscles because they're, like, expanding? Stretching out? Basically, they're not doing the contraction thing that they would do if it was cold. Although it might be fun to do a cold shower every once in a while. I usually stick with doing those in the summer since it's hot as heck. And I want to not overheat. I'm not a lizard, but sometimes I joke about being one because good heavens, I get very toasted in the sun. One of these days I'll check on that, but for now it's fine. As long as it's manageable. The day it becomes unmanageable, I will talk to my doc about that. But for now, it's pretty manageable as long as I hydrate, keep my electrolytes up, take breaks to breathe and cool off. Yeah, that sums it up. I think this summer, when it gets hot again and I get down to start mowing the lawn, I think I'll start wearing a hat, like, to shield my poor face. In addition to the sunscreen, I'm always slapping on the sunscreen because I want to take care of it. It's the barrier that protects the rest of my body and holds everything in place, so I gotta maintain that barrier by putting on sunscreen. Sunscreen is your best skincare, by the way, in case you're wondering. If you ever have questions about what the bare minimum of skincare is, sunscreen when you go out in the sun for long periods. Shoot, even in the winter, especially if it's like super snowy and like the sun reflects off the snow and or ice, that the sunscreen will protect you from the reflection of the light. Because, yeah, it's necessary. It's very necessary, trust me on this one. It might not seem like it because usually you associate sunscreen with summer and hot days and like the poolside or the beach, but no, you're gonna want it in the winter too for any exposed skin, just to protect your skin from the reflection. Yeah. Things to know. Yeah. Wow. I thought I was gonna have a little bit more time to chill with these guys, but they are ruthless tonight. These dusks. There we go. Alright, that should do enough. Now in case... Oh, dear. I was not paying attention for 2 seconds and completely turned around. Now, in case anyone is wondering, there's a reason why I continuously talk. It's because Twitch throws a fit if I'm quiet for more than a minute, because it's like, oh, this music, you are listening to it just to listen to it on stream. Bad. And I'm like, I get that we want to protect our intellectual property, but for the love of God, it's just the game's music. It's literally just the music in the game. I know there's like licensing shenanigans and stuff that goes on, but there's gotta be a way to deal with that better. There's gotta be a better way to deal with it. It's just part of the game. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm talking all the time. The other part is it's good practice to talk. Speaking of good practice to talk, sitting up. As usual, as I say, to not crush my diaphragm. Speaking of sitting up and staying upright, I'm looking into doing some more core workouts in addition to the leg workouts that I'm trying to do pretty much every day of the week. Did I take them all out? Or did he despawn? No, I took them all out. Okay, I just completely missed it. I'll get to see it when I time travel. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, that makes sense now. That's kind of impressive, actually. I didn't even realize that I managed to tag all 3 of them in that go. So, cool. Good for me. Faster. I'm just thinking about this because, of course, recent occurrence. It's so surprising how much of a difference it makes depending on the shampoo type that you use. Same with conditioner, obviously. But like the shampoo and conditioner that you use for washing your hair, picking the right one is such a game changer. I don't remember the stuff I used to use, but the stuff I used to use, also I used to not condition my hair because I didn't think it was necessary because my hair would oil up like crazy regardless. So I was just washing my hair every dang day. And I get it, some people are like, well, you gotta train your hair. And I'm like, yeah, okay, but unfortunately, my hair is a grease ball. It's not that bad, actually. It starts getting annoying after 2 days now instead of just 1. But once I started, the only reason I started conditioning my hair is because I was like, okay, I'm gonna dye my hair, and that's likely to dry out my, the hair. So I should get conditioner, and I should get shampoo and conditioner that is suited for hair coloring and stuff like that, for post-hair color stuff. So I did, and oh my gosh, it made such a world of difference. It was extra funny because I also dyed my hair black that year. I had my hair cut short too, so it was short. I just dyed it black. There was like some little bits of blonde that escaped my notice when I was doing the dyeing process. In my defense, this was before I just decided, screw it, I'm gonna dye my hair regardless, wearing my glasses, and if there's dye on my glasses, I don't care. I was working basically blind. I had to ask for help from a couple of my roommates, be like, hey, can you point out any spots that I'm missing? And they're like, yeah. My roommates were so chill. I hope they're doing good. But yeah, it was a very nice experience, and it opened my mind to, hey, I can do a little bit more to take care of my poor hair, and it has done wonders. My hair doesn't frizz up like crazy anymore because I'm using... I'm not even coloring my hair that often like I used to anymore, and yeah, I'm still using the color revitalizing stuffs, like that formula specifically. I don't know if the formula's changed, but the packaging has changed. I hate the bottles that you have to press the pump for, like the almost like a soap pump. I hate those things so much. Because then you have to just... It never gets everything out. It's like, at least with the other version, you have the option of turning the bottle upside down. So then gravity takes care of it. It's so annoying. My last couple of bottles, I had to, water it down a little bit, like put a little water in and shake it up so then I could actually get the remaining product out of it to use it. And I'm like, I am not about to waste like a good chunk of this. I am going to use all of it. I paid for it. I'm going to use all of it. The watered down experience was really nice, actually, although it was cold as heck because the house gets a little chilly sometimes. Watered down effect? Peak. Absolutely peak. Wow. Big stretch. I didn't get to play much DDR as I thought I was going to, but that was also because I delayed the time, because I have a very specific time range where I feed my dogs. And I wanted to get that done first before I played, so then that way it was just done and I wasn't playing and then take a break and then have to re-warm up again. It was just all in one go. But it was a good approximately 25-ish minute workout. I miscalculated my time, thought I had 35 minutes, but nope, I had only 25. Not as much as I'd like, but hey, I also wanted to make sure that if I was going to take a shower, I wasn't going to have to speed run through it. So, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. I actually took care of some writing last night. I was kind of impressed with myself. I was like, hey, because I didn't think I was going to be able to continue working on one of the stories because I'm like, oh, I have no motivation, I have no ideas, I want it to end now because I feel like I've closed everything, and I'm like, girl, you have not closed everything. You still have some other things to close up, so I'm like, now I gotta deal with this and that, and I'm also like, okay, I can't just throw them back into another situation. They need some time to breathe. So the characters are getting some time to breathe, and I'm very happy about that outcome. Because they've already gone through it. They need a break. And yeah, I know. I'm the writer. I can do whatever I want, but you know. It's not just for me, it's also for those who would end up reading it. They need to have a breather too. Wow, we are booking it today. We're at 21,000 and now we're gonna be below 20,000, so about 1,000 XP so far in the first 30 minutes. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, that's on pace. More than on pace, it's perfectly paced. Swing, swing, swing. I'm pausing, not really pausing for a second, but taking my hands off the controller to get some water. Very necessary hydration. Holy crap. Being hydrated is so good. I'm thinking again. I've also been contemplating my route in life. Obviously, like, things change over time and people do make career changes and stuff, and I'm obviously changing my career. I used to work in information technology, and now I'm like, I'm gonna do streaming because it technically doesn't require me to deal with tech support stuff. It does require me in a way to deal with people, but there is a mild expected amount of distance between myself and those I work with. Like there's a reasonable distance that is expected, and it's a comfortable zone that I'm very much up for being in. But I do wonder. Funny enough, I was like looking at one of those career path tests, and there's always the free ones. Like, they either are like, hey, make an account with us, or to get your full results, pay us. And it's like, okay, I get you're trying to like get your bag and whatever, but get out of my house and never advertise yourself as a free thing ever again. Also, why am I giving you my email or data? That you're just gonna spam me and put me on your shitty mailing list for months, and then I'm gonna have to unsubscribe and delete the account afterwards. So I don't even bother whenever it says, oh, make an account, or oh, pay us, and I'm like, ew, gross. I'm not giving you my credit card information. Get out of here. Anyway. So I did actually manage to find one that was actually free. And it took forever to go through because it asks a lot of questions and like goes through like a lot of process and stuff. And I kind of hurt my own feelings as I was going through the whole quiz, I guess. Technically a quiz in a way. But yeah, I hurt my own feelings because I decided I'm going to be super frank with myself and not answer as I think I am, but as like, basically being honest about my answers instead of trying to use my projected persona as my answers. And I was like, huh. I'm a lot more human than I thought I was, and it's kind of refreshing in a way. I think it's refreshing to know that I am a flawed human being. It's given me some semblance of peace. Now, did I hurt my own feelings? Of course I did. And in the moment, sucked. In hindsight, it's absolutely hilarious. It's very hilarious, actually. But yeah. It has confirmed that, yeah, like the range of things. I wish I took a screenshot of it because it was so funny. Because there was like stuff about like doing recipe things because I mentioned, yeah, I like food. It was one of the one of the questions was about like food related stuff. So like being a recipe chef, and then a few like other matches down, astronomy, which I think would be a heck of a lot of fun. I do enjoy my mathematical equations, and that involves some mathematical equations. I'm surprised meteorologist isn't on there, but meteorology isn't really like a super famous or stellar thing, despite the fact that there's like a whole weather channel and stuff like that. Is the weather channel even still active? Is cable still active? Low-key kind of miss cable because at least the ads were limited to a certain amount and they were only like spot stuff. And they were contained and didn't try to follow you everywhere. And they were randomized and only personalized to the channel you were watching, so you didn't have to worry about just the weirdest stuff. Oh well. I think something related to healthcare was on there, but it's so frustrating. Every once in a while I'm like, man, it would be great if I could do like good into healthcare and like find a way to be able to like help people at a low, like affordable price. And I mean affordable, not what like politicians say is affordable when they think cheap bananas cost like $15 or something like that. That might be an exaggeration, but I'm pretty sure that like, yeah, whatever. I would like to be able to be helpful in the healthcare sector. But that whole thing of the problem where my blood pressure drops when I see blood where it's not supposed to be, that is a massive problem. I don't deal with injury well. There's a reason I never got my first aid certification, and that is part of it. It also also including the part where they discuss in detail and talk about how to deal with broken bones. Unfortunately, my ability to visualize shuts my brain off and drops my blood pressure, and I get dizzy and feel sick after a bit. It's the stupidest thing, and it's so annoying. Because I'd love to be able to be helpful, but I cannot because my brain is... I mean, I guess I could probably figure out a way to train myself out of it, but it would be a very long and arduous process, and I would probably get sick at least like 5 times. I think compression socks might be also another problem solver. Possibly. I'm a bit of a coward, so that could be just part of the barrier to that. Yeah. Could be. Could be. Lots of things. Lots of things. Oh, look at them all squiggling and swimming around in the air. I think I said this before, but I would love to get some insight on how the developers made the decisions on how dusks move, because it would be so fun to hear about it. Ah! Because, like, I get, yeah, how humans move, but dusks, they do the squiggling and swooping around and spinning, and it's fascinating. Like, look at that. They do the back flips, they do the squiggles, they flip around. That's cool. That is some cool stuff. And also the walking. Reminds me of those older GIFs or GIFs or however the frick you want to pronounce it, of the sneaking to the fridge to get a snack at night whenever the dusk starts walking towards you, and like the leg extends a little bit more each time. I think there's also one where the caption is something about walking when your sock is wet or something like that. Dusks are funny little guys. They're funny little guys. Look at them spinning into existence. Magical, absolutely magical. The hopping back and forth, the flipping around. These guys are they're little gymnasts. They're little gymnasts. Oh, they're delightful. They're so delightful. It's funny how they used to kind of unsettle and scare me. In my defense, I was like 12 or 13. And I grew up in a household that was not on the regular for horror movies, or any scary movies for that matter. Like, the movie Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland used to scare me so bad. Like, I never finished the second half. Like, the second The Nightmare King got out, I was like, okay, I'm done with the movie. Because, to be fair, The Nightmare King is actually legitimately terrifying, because it's a blob and it moves and it... That was a great way to visualize the unsettling factor of that. Also, the whole hunting down the Nightmare King and stuff in the Land of Nightmares, that whole section of the film is doing its job as being scary. It's definitely doing its job. And the whole film definitely pulls off the dream vibe that it's supposed to, of being in the realm of dreams. I love it. There was another movie which is more like a 30-minute short film in a way. I can't remember the collection series it was called, but it was something about legends or something like that. They've done an adaptation of The Snow Queen, but they did this one of the story of Pegasus. Like, I can't remember the exact thing. I thought it was like very much animated, but there was a lot of more still movement and things like that. Like, it was kind of a moving comet, and the moves, and there wasn't like lip syncing or anything like that. But it was a really fascinating piece of animation and film work, I think. I don't know if we still have it. It's somewhere in the house, I hope. If not, I think I can watch it on YouTube, because... maybe. I don't know. Probably not, actually. Never mind. There's probably a VHS copy somewhere in the house, though. I would love to watch it. And the music is so, so pretty. Because the story is told through the, like, the narrator is one of the younger muses who in this particular version of the story knew Pegasus very well and used to play with him when he was just a little foal. Yeah, it's really sweet. I love the music though. It's a little sad though because of what happens to Pegasus. Like, he was encouraged by his writer, I think it was the hero Bellerophon. Bellerophon? I might be wrong on the pronunciation of the name. But he tried to ride Pegasus up to Olympus, and Pegasus tried to refuse, but he kept urging him on. And he got stung by a bee? A very specific bee, knocked Bellerophon off, and he fell to the ground. And Pegasus also fell and got hurt. And the muse managed to find him at the same spring that he once broke open. Yes. That's the one. It was the spring. And she asked for Pegasus to be made well again because it wasn't technically his fault. He was just listening to his master. And so he's was given a new chance to live in the skies as a constellation, and it's like the whole mythos behind the Pegasus constellation. The music is so freaking good though. I'm not gonna try to imitate it. No. No song imitations for me today. No thanks. Oh, but yeah, Pegasus. I could look it up actually. I might look it up in just a second. Let me take out these two and then I'll do a quick look up on that. Oh my god, I keep forgetting that. Shoot, I keep forgetting that there's a bunch of things that are also called Pegasus. Shoot, This is unhelpful. This is excessively unhelpful. Ugh. Is that the one that I think it is? Yeah, it's like 25 minutes. Oh my gosh. I'll do a quick check. Just a quick check. Why are you mean to me? Why are you mean? Betrayal. Betrayal! I've been betrayed by the inability of the platform to not bully me. Yes, it is that one. I didn't know Mia Farrow narrated it. There we go. I forgot what the word narration was. Alright, let's refocus. I took out those three, so now I can continue on my quest to throw hands. Specifically throw hands with these dusks. And also randomly remember, oh yeah, I forgot, I put my character avatar over the top of Roxas's face, and it still cracks me up every single time I see it. It's the silliest thing I've done, and I still love it. It also makes this sounds crazy out of context, but it also does make the footage very distinctively, like, mine. It's not necessarily a watermark, but it shows that yes, this is the gameplay that I've recorded specifically. And it makes it clear, so then on the very extreme off chance that there are people who would steal the content and stuff, it's very abundantly clear that it would be stolen or something like that. Like, it would be very obvious if someone stole any clips from this and tried to pass it off as their own, or passed it off as their own. Because it's just like, no, that's clearly not the case, because, yeah, there's a whole kitty cat over the top of Roxas's face. And later over Sora's face. I'm still debating on updating the kitty cat, by the way, but I think I might, just because... I don't know. Mostly to make it more I wouldn't say visually striking, but definitely easier to see. I think that's the best way to put it. Also, it's been about seven or 8 years since I drew that, so yeah. Would be worth a whirl. Would be worth giving it a whirl. It'd be kind of fun, actually. Nice. Okay. We're doing a perfectly balanced run so far. It's funny that I'm thinking about ice cream. I probably need some fats in my diet. I think that's the problem. That's probably the reason why I didn't feel very full today. I probably need something a little bit more fatty in my diet. Chocolate chips don't count. They don't quite hit the spot. Chocolate chips sound really good right now, though. My iron count is probably busted again, too. I mean, I could always take a second iron supplement. Nothing's stopping me from doing that. Alright, come on guys, do some damage. Not bad, not bad. Of all the times to think of that song in particular, I just started thinking of the song Zippity Doo Dah, which is really a funny-ish song to think about of all things. But every single time I've heard that song, it is not in the context where it might be considered where it's at its most famously connected to, if that makes sense. It's a nice little song to sing on a walk. I totally acknowledge the fact that I probably changed the key at least 2 or 3 times. I did not have voice training, and it shows very strongly in those moments. What? That's a different tune. I don't know what that one is. Oh, it's pretty close to the Spider-Man theme. That's probably what it is. We actually learned that in my middle school band era. I still don't remember it, and I don't have the music because we were supposed to give it back, and I realized at the end of that, oh yeah, I'm supposed to give the music back. I'm starting to think that my hearing, my ears weren't working up to par during my middle school years. Either that or I was off in another dimension. Which is extra hilarious because it does not take me very much to be somewhere else in the world. I don't have to do any sort of substances to be somewhere else in the universe. I will catch onto a thought and the brain will be like, hey, what's that rabbit? Let's go chase it. I'm gonna go chase the rabbit now. Wait a minute, where did I go? How did I get here? I've done that a couple times while driving and missed a turn, and I'm like, no, why did I do that? Usually not on major road trips. On major road trips, I get very anxious about making sure I don't miss my exit or turn. And then even if I do, I'm just like, okay, well, let's find a next reasonable exit and work out the rerouting from there. Like, easy peasy. And I usually have GPS backing me up to warn me if that's a problem. So, it's not too big of a deal. But if I'm just navigating in town every once in a while, I'll get distracted by my own thoughts, and then suddenly I'm going down completely the wrong street, or I'm autopiloting to my former workplace, or I'm autopiloting. Like one time I don't even remember what I was autopiloting to. Oh, one time I got so distracted, I went from trying to go to the park to walk the dogs to starting the drive towards my doctor's office, which is a very drastic difference. Thankfully, I caught on to that, like, as soon as I missed the turn. I was like, wait a second, I'm not going... My brain's trying to take me to the doctor's office, and I'm pretty sure I don't have an appointment. And it was not the right time of day for that either. So, both instances of that were just absolutely hilarious. The silly things that can happen when you're distracted. I mean, shoot, it even happens to me on stream sometimes. I lose focus of the screen. I don't even know where I'm staring at the moment when that happens, but suddenly I turn myself completely in the opposite direction. I'm like, where the heck am I going? It's like, it's kind of similar to how sometimes my stream briefly disconnects, like, not, like, when it gets, like, absolutely horrendous and forces a VOD restart on the Twitch side. It's more of, like, random disconnects where it drops frames and then you have to kind of glean together what the heck just happened. I do pray for a day that it stops happening because I do get a little annoyed when that happens. Hang on a second, there is something bothering me. Oh, my poor neck is gonna be so red just because I keep attacking what's probably either a skin tag or just a tiny little inconsequential bump. I keep scratching at it because it's not smooth, and I want to remove the little bump. Also, I just scratch at it regardless. It's a bad habit. Thankfully, I don't go too far on the scratches. Maybe I do. Alright, we're one-handing this because I'm thinking about ice cream now. I might actually grab ice cream. It will slow us down a little bit, but it might also temper the eventual craving that I'm going to have. Because I'm already aware that I'm probably gonna crave... I'm just flipping hungry all the time. I'm just a hungry person. Wait a minute. Oh crap. No, it should be fine. That's gonna be on my mind for about 30 minutes. Did I already have a crappy sleep week this month, or... I think that was the beginning. That might have been at the beginning instead of mid or late. It's fine, I'll figure it out. Time is rude, and unfortunately so is timing. Oh my gosh, that was so flippin' cold. I got just the worst chill on the planet. Okay, maybe not the worst chill on the planet. In my defense, I didn't have my blanket over my shoulders. Oh, that's nice and cozy too. I like being cozy, it's fun. Oh, I did actually clip that little bit that happened. Oh, apologies, let me finish the yawn and then I'll redo the sentence. I did actually upload the clip that I said I was gonna clip and upload not yesterday. Well, I took care of it pretty much the same night of the stream, because I was like, I want to get this out and about. So yeah, it's up on my YouTube channel. It's like 30 seconds. I probably could have made a vertical video form of it, so then it would upload as a short. I'm considering trying to upload some shorts, so maybe it'll catch in. Who knows? Yeah. I'll have to poke at some of my shorter videos and see what I can do with that. It'll be a process and a challenge for me, because I'm not used to working with vertical video when it's been recorded on a more horizontal platform. Apologies. Ow, don't be rude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Chat. I just remembered. There are cookies in my drawer. Are they still good? Are they still good? Yes! Cookies! Cookies! For me! Oh, is it gonna be good? Not really. Damn it. And I was so happy about the cookies too. I'm still eating them. Or at least I'm eating half of one. More like a third, actually. Man, I flippin' love cookies. They're so good. Well, at least that takes care of my craving for chocolate chips. Gotta be careful about the humming. I can't hum and eat food at the same time, because that's just asking for food to try to enter my lungs. And let me tell you, it is not a pleasant experience. It is extremely painful. I might have a regret. In my defense, I forgot that these existed. And also they were kind of old-ish anyway, by a couple days. So they're not as soft as they could be. Still gonna eat them though. Or at least eat one of them. Then I'll feel less guilty about the other one not being edible anymore. The other one is still edible, by the way. Ah! Sorry for that. A piece just fell. This is actually a perfect time for me to stretch and stuff. So, I'm gonna give you the be right back screen and stop eating and dispose of the remaining not so tasty cookie. Yes, I am still eating this. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. It's a habit. Alright, be right back. I'm back. Glad I got my break in. I was like, huh, isn't it close to break time? The answer is yes. Ooh, negative combo is going to be real useful at some point. Mostly for dealing with finishers and things that I really don't want combos to be around with. Also, I got myself a snack. That wasn't part of that train of thought. Wow. Well, I never said this train was coherent or consistent across the line. Sometimes there's just random new cars in the middle of it. Sometimes the dining car is in the weirdest spot ever. There we go. Nice. We're making progress. Now, I'm not grabbing the snack just yet. I do want to do some damage before I start hacking away at my own food. It's not a waffle this time, unfortunately. I only do that with half waffles because I want to make sure I still have waffles for breakfast for the next few days. It's very important to me to have my waffles. Nice. I'm gonna open the bag. It's popcorn. Bagged popcorn, specifically. I could make it stovetop, but that would take longer. Wow, it's really doing me dirty here. It'd probably also be better if I had just used a bowl, you know? But then I'd have to wash a bowl. It'd also be better if I used just one hand. That'd be good. Man, I love popcorn. I'm starting to get a general idea of myself. For example, lover of food. 2. Lover of math. M-A-T-H, not M-E-T-H. Very important distinction. What else? I ramble, and sometimes I make up silly parodies of songs. And it is fun. And I also like, occasionally, experimenting on things. Like, for example, testing to see if I can consistently deal with these guys with only one hand. The answer is possibly. I'm also working mostly blind against these guys, too. Because, once again, guess who didn't call their eye doctor? Me. I really need to talk to them again. I need to do it. I'm scared of the eye puff machine. But it's gotta be done. Because getting a little ridiculous right now. Very ridiculous. I wonder if there's a point where glasses just stop working. Like if there's a limit to how thick they can make the glasses before they're just like, yeah, give up. It's a question. You know what would be a great career idea for myself? I think it's optometrist. Basically be someone who manufactures glasses. And then once I get the technique down, I would learn to make my own glasses myself. The problem would be just getting the prescription though. I would have to figure out the exact prescription to get. So then I'd be able to make them. And there's a possibility that I need to account for astigmatism. So there's that. Trying to get more damage out of these guys, because I like a little more than 4, please. The joy of butter and salt. Alright, swing around. Might help if I'm trying to press the triangle button if the triangle prompt actually comes up. Kind of important there. There we go. Nice. I'm surprised that my right hand is actually adapting to this, but I shouldn't be because it does, like, everything except writing. It doesn't control when I play video games, though. It mostly controls the mouse when I play video games. But the keyboard part, especially, yeah, keyboard part, left hand does it. The right hand also does the strumming whenever I play guitar. Even though I'm left-handed, I learned it right-handed. I do wonder if that would change things if I turn my guitar into a left-hand guitar. I fully have the ability to do that too. The next time I restring my guitar, I could totally do it. But I don't know if I'd like it. But it would mean I wouldn't have to do the workaround thing. By the workaround thing, I mean trying to figure out a way to strengthen my brain's connection between my brain and my right arm, so then it doesn't hesitate at points and have a minor weakness to it. I keep wondering where the other dust goes, but I just take them out when I'm not paying attention. How is it over there? Okay, there we go. Perfect. Oh, I just got disoriented because I tried looking at the screen here in front of me, and I ended up looking at the iPad, which was moving while I was staying still. And it threw me off, and I started getting a little, like, I was like, oh, what the heck? This is going great. All this popcorn is making me think of the hundreds of, I was gonna say hundreds of nights watching Cardcaptor Sakura, but I don't think it was hundreds. Also, I think I was watching the series, I was I watching it on Netflix? I was watching it on Netflix, that sounds about right. I was watching it in towards the last few semesters of my college. I watched a lot of shows during college. It took forever for me to watch Into the Spider-Verse. I might watch that again, too. I especially love the Leap of Faith scene. That scene is so good. And the music, 10 out of 10. I love it. Just that whole scene, I love it. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning. The power of animation and cinematography is so great. Freaking love it. You can tell so much just by choosing specific angles in a film. And you can convey a specific meaning just with that. Like, for example, with the Leap of Faith, it make the way that the camera is flipped upside down so it looks like Miles is rising is peak. I love that. It is so good. So good. I am a sucker for some good cinematography. I love that shit. Also, picking when to change the blurring to the foreground and the background can tell so much about a scene and also be an excellent reveal at some points. I keep hitting the square instead of the triangle when I want to hit the triangle. It's gonna be my downfall. Ooh, 181, 181. That is not that. No, that was not how to read that number. I don't need a nap. I just need to use my brain a little more than 3 days a week. I do technically use my brain more than 3 days a week. When I start writing, I have to do a lot of connections. And I mean a lot of connections, because I gotta make sure that the story makes sense. I gotta make sure the characters' actions are consistent with how I've established them. I gotta make sure that whatever I'm planning on next is gonna make sense. And then if there's anything I've written before, is it time to pull off the quote-unquote Chekhov's gun? It's not always a Chekhov's gun. Sometimes it's just a, oh yeah, there's this detail, I should probably bring it back here. Lots of details to bring back when it comes to writing. That's how you keep your stories consistent. And then you look like a genius to your readers. All because you actually had the courtesy of keeping with the storyline and following along the threads that you've already established. I think I've probably forgotten a couple of threads. I should probably fix that. They were following me. That was kind of impressive tracking. How's the battery doing? This battery is doing great, actually. Wow. I'm impressed. Well, I completely whiffed that. That was a horrendous whiff, actually. Oh, you know what would be funny? I could make a 3-frame GIF for whenever I start eating snacks on stream. That way I can forewarn watchers when I'm snacking. Maybe like draw a popcorn bucket that says snack time and then the little popcorn pops out. All I'd have to do is just change where the popcorn is between frames, so it's doable. Ow. Okay, using my pinky instead of my ring finger to hit the buttons is a wiser idea. Because my ring finger is starting to tweak out a little bit. Because it has to be slightly lopsided to do the job that I want it to do. Nice, nice, nice. In case you're wondering, I have been doing this one-handed for like the past 5 or 10 minutes, solely because I really, really wanted popcorn and I don't want to stop eating it. That's the state of things right now. And man, what an excellent state to be in, because butter and salt are my lifeblood. So good. It's gonna be so nice when I get to level 99. Because we're gonna actually have some visual variables other than just this. We'll finally be free of this realm. Technically, I can also just free us from the realm by playing a different game every once in a while. But I'm also very eager to get to level 99 and follow through on this. I'm starting to wonder, how many people have, like, followed through on doing these challenges? I know of at least, like, a couple. Like, off the top of my head. But I do wonder how many people have started doing this kind of challenge and then being like, you know what, I give up, or something like that. To be fair, this grind is not for the faint-hearted. It is testing my patience. And my sanity. It is actually a great metaphor for how I feel I am in life. I'm not really, physically, I'm not going anywhere. And I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. But, I am making progress in terms of time and also XP. I'm still, in a way, moving forward. I'm just not moving forward physically in the game. I think it's a great metaphor for the moments when you feel physically stuck in life. You are still kind of going somewhere, just not physically. You're changing as a person. I mean, I'm definitely changing as a person over time. I do not feel the same as I did, like, what was it, 4 months ago now? Yeah, I think it's been about, it's been about 4 months since I started streaming consistently. So, 4 months in and we're already to level 44 when we started off at level 19. That's pretty, I'm calling it impressive for me. Because, yeah, that's about 25 levels. We've gone 25 levels in 4 months. And that's with Christmas break and Thanksgiving break. And also a break during, I think late October. Wait, was there a break during late October? I don't remember if there was a break during late October. Damn. No, I don't think there was. Or was there? No, I think there was. I'm mixing everything up, goodness sakes. I don't remember. The curse of not journaling consistency is sometimes I cannot remember. But at least I stopped getting obsessive about it. I was a little obsessive for a while. Where I try to record every thought, everything in the day. It was a coping mechanism. I was going a little insane. In my defense. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Munch, munch, munch. I'm taking down dusks a bunch. I'm not making as much progress because I'm not hard focusing on the XP at the moment. Maybe it'd be a good idea to use my thumb instead. Nice. Okay. I'm figuring out a reasonable method for me. Usually it's just the thumbs doing all the work. This is working out really well. It's amazing how much popcorn has made my thoughts just like quiet down, and I'm a little less all over the place. All I'm thinking is food and fighting. What a combo. I'm pretty sure that's a day in the life of a lot of boxers and UFC fighters, though. Food and fighting. Because if I remember right, there's a lot of stuff that goes on with weight classes, and they gotta deal with weigh-ins. So then they know whether or not they can compete against that specific fighter at that moment. I saw the news of one of the fighters recently collapsing right after his weigh-in. It's like, oh boy, that man is dehydrated. He needs water, like, now. And possibly other things. Dehydration is not a joke, by the way. It is nasty. And it will do a number on you. It's really rough on the system. Hydration also helps you flush out any... This is going to sound a little woo-woo, but it does actually help out the toxins, and specifically your kidneys. Because your kidneys and your liver are supposed to help out with being your body's personal filter. That's why the liver gets so damaged whenever you're an alcoholic or drink too much. It damages it. But water is supposed to help facilitate that. It's kind of like your internal, it's kind of like the internal cooling system on a fancy PC. One of those water cooling ones. It keeps things going. And if you don't have that, it's really rough on your internal organs. Water makes the world go round. Especially when it, I think it helps with digestion as well, so. Stay hydrated, folks. It's good for your soul. And your sanity. I cannot tell you the number of times where I've just been in crappy moods where I took a drink of water and I'm like, oh, I feel better now. Turns out I just needed a drink of water. Oh, turning sideways again. Speaking of water, I kind of want some. That sounds real good right now. Let's turn ourselves around and get to the other room. Get that drink in. Maybe I should consider continuing watching one of those magical girl shows that I started. Some shows I've started and not finished yet. Like, one of them was one of those villainous isekais. It's the one with the main character, Katarina. I still haven't finished, watching through season 2. I watched through season 1, and then I kind of gave myself a break and haven't finished it. I probably could and should. That way I can clear it from my watch list. Well, not really from my watch list, more like my, continue watching list. I switched from eating popcorn to drinking water constantly. What a switch. Alright. We're gonna take a break from the snackage and, actually use both hands on the controller. That'd be a good idea. Jeez, how badly did I bruise my shoulder? I bruised my shoulder the other day. I went to the store. It was to pick up the shampoo and conditioner. And as I was getting out of the car, I misjudged the distance between my shoulder and the roof of the car. I drive a sedan. And my shoulder just went BAM! Right into the roof of the car. And ooh boy, it hurt. I'm glad it wasn't my head though, because that would have hurt a lot worse. I've already gotten smacked around in the head a few times. I don't need any more. I don't need more brain damage. Anyway, so yeah, my shoulder still hurts from hitting that. I can't tell where the bruise is either. So, I hope I didn't do something serious to it. It'd be good to know, but I really hope that I hope it's just temporary. It's been a couple days though. Usually the pain goes away. So I might have done a lot more damage than I thought. I only really notice it if I'm laying on it at night or something like that. So unfortunately for me, I am side sleeper central and I am restless, so unfortunately I do feel the pain when I try to sleep at night. And I will feel more of the pain in my shoulder tonight, and it will be great. I say sarcastically. The great part of it being sarcastic. Driving into the wall, my favorite. Not a really foreign concept to me. I mean, I used to do that all the time whenever I played racing games. There was this gym that I used to go to. It was like a multi-purpose gym, and they had some options for like kids classes and things like that. And there's like this video game room, and they managed to like set up these controllers for a racing game to be on these exercise bikes. So they were hooked up to these exercise bikes, and by pedaling you moved faster. And you would steer with like the handlebars and stuff. It was really cool. Really impressive, honestly. I think there was like also some, like, I think you would turn to pedal. You would pedal to select, and then you would turn to like switch options or something like that. It was really cool. Really cool thing. It was like the way that they had those video games set up and the choices that they made of the games, it was specifically to get kids moving while still like playing games and stuff. And of course, that is where I got my start playing DDR, was in that game room. I spent hours after my karate classes just playing Dance Dance Revolution because it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. I loved it. And the one that I posted about earlier, like, I literally bought a copy of that at a PS2 just so I could play DDR again, because I was like, I still have adult money. I can get this, and I can play it, and I will exercise. And I got a couple dance pads and a memory card so then I could actually save and, like, you know, get more songs. It was nice. It's nice to be able to have a little bit something in touch with my childhood. Because I needed that so bad. I needed it so bad. I was actually thinking about doing a recording last night, but I wasn't necessarily tired, but I wasn't really up for playing the game. Just cause. And I got some pressure to do it, so as per usual, me and my difficulty with dealing with people telling me to do stuff, I don't know. That's my own problem. I'll work through it. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll hook up the dance pad and stuff. I don't like recording though when other people are around, just because I've had some really unpleasant experiences. Like, there's been like 2 or 3 instances where it's been fine, but like one instance where I tried to record and it was just a disaster, and I'm like, you know what, I'm not gonna record while anybody else is home anymore. I hate all of y'all. I was like 14 or something at the time, so I still carry the resentment from that. It's so pathetic, I know. But those things that happen as a kid, they stick with you, unfortunately. So now I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna record while other people are in the house if I can. Or if they are, I'm going to make it very abundantly clear that I will eat their throat if they interrupt me. I also have the ability to just mute if they just come in and start making noise, so it's also not as much of a problem because I don't have to deal with that anymore. The people who are in the house don't cause problems like that. Do I still get worked up about thinking about that? Yes. It still bothers me. I think it's fine that it still bothers me, just as long as I don't get like obsessive over it, cause like, yeah. But that is a main reason why I'm just like, There's also the matter of setting up for the recording, cause I do have the ability to plug in the adapter and set up the capture card. I've done it before. That's how I recorded the 2022 playthrough of the TMNT game on the Wii. I had the adapter set up, so it passed through that, and then it got picked up by the capture card and plugged into the computer for the recording, and it all worked out. So, it can be done. It can very easily be done. It will be a slight challenge, though, because I also like listening to the music. And I tend to turn up the volume on Dance Dance Revolution when I play it. So that will be something that I'll have to test out. But because it's recording, I'll be able to do a couple test runs and just see where I'm at. Shoot, I won't even have to start actively playing the game. I can just let the little like pre-start of the game thing go through and go from there. Yeah. Lots of things. Lots of things. Thinking about a spa. I've never been to a spa, actually. I haven't even gone to it. I didn't go to a nail salon until like 2 years ago. And it was just specifically because we were all getting nails done for a friend's wedding. Like, that's the only reason I went to the nail salon in the first place. It was a very big deal for me, personally, because I was like, this is something very new to me. So, the idea of going to a spa is like, whoa, that's kind of scary. I would want to go, though. What would I even do there, though? It'd be nice to get a massage. That'd be so fire. I would probably, I don't know. It'd probably be fine. Maybe one day I'll go to a spa, but not in the coming year. I can't see it in the foreseeable future. Maybe when I get a little bit more comfortable with going out and stuff. I do still go out. Every once in a while I'm like, I have a craving to be just existent in the world with people, and I will go out and either wander at a local mall, or I go to a shop that I haven't been to before. The last time I had a hankering to be around people, I actually went to a cafe and ordered a hot chocolate and just sipped away at it while chilling there. It was nice. It was very nice. I might do that again. I don't count my Dairy Queen ones as ones where I go and sit out and about with people. It doesn't. Fast food restaurants don't have the same vibe as coffee shops or cafes where it's expected that you sit around and eat and drink the stuff that you ordered. Fast food, it's like they expect you to order, eat, and then get out. It doesn't quite have the same atmosphere, is what I'm saying. Might be something to do with the ceiling height. I don't know what it is about the ceiling height that makes it seem like it's time to get out as soon as you're done eating. There are some fast food restaurants where I've been like, yeah, I can sit down here for a couple hours or so. I used to do that at a Wendy's. I would get my fries and Frosty, just chill in the Wendy's. Sometimes I would go through the drive-thru, sometimes I would go in person. I kind of like the Wendy's fries because they kind of tasted like dirt, mostly because I'm pretty sure they were shredded from the potatoes, that like fresh potatoes or something like that. That was my guess anyway. Ow. I'm eating the popcorn again in case you're wondering. Crunchy as heck. Oh god, I got a burnt piece. No, I missed one. Darn. That's okay. Back to the one-handed shenanigans. Seems like there's so much popcorn. To be fair, if I don't finish the popcorn during the stream, it's not a game over. Because it still tastes good, and I can just watch a show after the stream while I consume it. So, it's not the end of the world for me. Oh my gosh, we're about 4,000 XP in. Ah! Off course. Oh wait, I needed the damage. Beautiful. You know what other things I'm thinking about? Just dancing in general. I noticed this just the other day when I was like, I'm bored. I'm just gonna dance around. And I realized I am horrendously stiff when I dance. Like, I can't even do proper white girl dancing. Like, that's how bad it is. I think I get a little too insecure about my body and don't let loose. I think that's my problem. I also just don't let loose in general, so all of my movements are really stiff. Can't even do a proper robot. It don't look right. Trying to figure out strategies for... I don't technically have to be good at dancing either, but I'd like to get better, and I'd like my stamina to go up. Which is part of the whole reason why I'm doing the DDR before stream in the first place. One, it wakes me up so I'm not like a zombie falling asleep every 5 minutes. And two, it means that I get at least 20-ish minutes of exercise. At variable speeds because I keep using the roulette option. Which can be very brutal or very merciful. I did get a couple of jump scares today, but I noticed it wasn't as rough on me as it used to be. So, I'm definitely gonna keep this up. Maybe I'll do... Because sometimes I hang out with friends during game night, and I get kind of tired during game night. Maybe I'll do some DDR before game night too. And then on the nights where we can't all meet up, I'll just play it for like hours or something like that. That's a pretty good balance. That adds it to like 4 times a week at least. Basically, I'm trying to trick myself into exercising and enjoying it. So far, I think it's working because I also have the added benefit of I'm not a sleepyhead during stream. And I'm already feeling better about it and improving. So it doesn't feel like exercise for the sake of exercise. It feels like there's an actual purpose to it. And I am perfectly fine with being just mildly okay at it. I don't have to be absolutely perfect or get competitive with it. I can just enjoy the music and the stepping as is. Although with a couple songs I do end up daydreaming a little bit, and it gets distracting. Usually I just daydream about, oh, it would be fun to do an animation or an edit with this song. Maybe I will, who knows. Follow back. Started thinking about camp songs. Because of me saying pull back, I think of this one camp song that was a way of introducing yourself and a group of people in a fun way. And you have to physically move too. So it goes, jump forward, jump back, introduce yourself, and then the person says, my name is so-and-so, and then they clap 3 times. I like such and such, and also such and such, so check me out, and then it continues down the line. It's a fun thing. It's a fun thing. Plus, if you get extra fancy with it, you can have the people who preceded you all like do the hand swing thing to point at the person who's introducing themselves next. So, yeah, there could be a lot of fun with that. I wonder if there's a way... Getting animation with that would be really funny. I'm thinking also about filming some basic movements as animation references for people. I think that'd be kind of cool to do. Oh, that's a hiccup. Okay, I'm gonna let these guys hit me a little bit more just so that I can get some 8s out of them. Oops. New problem. Where am I going? Going off to outer space, apparently. Alright, let's go. Into the stars! To Earth, Jupiter, and Mars. Some sort of thing from a show that uses that specific pattern. Wait, why did I do that? Sorry for anyone who just got a headache from that. That was rude of me. Alright. Nice. Let's spawn this guy. And take them both out. Yeah. No! No, you bastard! You fool! How dare! That is so unfair! No! Oh, you utter... Oh my god. Yeah! We were doing so good! Chat, we were doing so freaking good, too. For anyone who's confused on the YouTube VOD, it had disconnected again. This... Oh my gosh. It was doing so well. We were doing great. We were having a grand old time. I don't remember what I was talking about now because I got distracted. I think I talked about hiccups and also accidentally giving someone a headache because I went back and forth like 3 times. Actually, it was just twice. It's fine. Absolutely rude. Internet connection. How dare you? Behavioral problems. Add that to the next compilation. I'm gonna be honest, actually, that compilation was really hilarious to me. I found myself laughing at it while I was working on it. I just gotta make sure I remember... I will remember because I edited and uploaded the video the same night that I decided that I had enough with it. That whole video, by the way, it was spawned because of a very rough night of disconnections. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not gonna fight with my Wi-Fi. I'm gonna use the power of imagination and creativity to come up with something. It's not as long, but as some kind of apology for my shit internet connection. I'll probably have a good enough chunk of stuff to make another one. Now I gotta make this VOD worthwhile. Oh, I gotta fix the freaking Twitch app again. Twitch app, I freaking loathe you. Mostly because you freak out when I disconnect. And then you wonder why I have beef with you. The Twitch app, by the way. I still have beef with it. What is going on? There we go. Fixed it. Goodness sakes. Alright, problem solved. I got my popcorn. I got about 4,000-ish XP in. Possibly gonna be nearly 5,000 by the end of this stream. I have to I have to squint at the counter now. I'm being such a complainer. It's going great. Knock on piano wood. It's going absolutely stellar. I've still made progress. I know where I'm at. It reconnected after a short amount of time. Yeah. It would be a little bit less inconvenient, though, if it just stayed connected the entire time. That'd be nice. I might need to do another purge on the Wi-Fi again. That's what happens when humans exist. Ah! They steal your Wi-Fi. And then they wonder why you paused their device. I still don't think that person knows yet. I don't think they've realized that, I've at least tried to cut them off. I might have to do a test run later to see if it actually cuts them off or not. Wonder how long it's gonna take them to realize. There we go. Munching away at the delicious popcorn for me. Absolutely delicious. There will be a complaint about whether or not it's healthy. But I was in desperate need of fats in my system, and I didn't want to get cold yet. And I also ate a cookie that made me really crave salt, because it low-key sucked, because I left it alone for too long. It probably tastes better if I crumbled it into some ice cream, but I'm not about to try to crumble 2 cookies into ice cream because it would not work out. I don't know why I'm going with the same high and low rhythm of Latin chants that would probably be better fit in a Catholic Mass. I haven't been to a Catholic Mass, actually. I kind of want to go to one. I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up in one of the 9 billion I mean, I literally have said on stream that I grew up as a Mormon, so. Haven't gone in a year at least. So, that's that whole deal. But I haven't been to a Catholic Mass, so I don't know what it's like. Maybe I'll find one. Go on maybe on a vacation I'll go to one. Is there an evening Mass? I might look this up actually right now. Let me check. I'm gonna need 2 hands, so I need to get the butter off my hand. Okay. The question is, do they have evening masses? No, it's early. Ooh, interesting. Wait, every morning? That's wild. Ow. Wait, do you go to Mass on more than just Sunday? I'm not familiar with Catholic services, so that's why. Evening Mass exists. It exists. Let's go. So I could go to Mass on my next vacation. It sounds crazy out of context, but it'd be awkward explaining to family about why I was going to Mass instead of church on Sunday. It'd be so funny. Not as in funny to go to Mass. I mean funny because it would be me trying to explain that. Actually, it wouldn't. All it would be is just like, I want to see what the services look like. There you go. My curiosity is piqued. I want to know. I want to know what it's like to attend church as a Catholic. I won't know the full experience, obviously, because I did not have the upbringing. I will only have a small sliver of the experience. But it'd be fascinating. Very fascinating. Ooh, if I did that though, I would need to make sure that I have something to wear for that. Just out of respect for the building. Like if I'm gonna show up to any Sunday services, I'm gonna make sure that I'm respectful to the building and the folks that are there. It'd be good of me to do that. It'd just basically be out of respect, that's all. Because it's like, I am a guest, I am coming here on a whim and out of curiosity. And I will do my best to not be a chaos bringer. We are doing so good. Let's see. Do I want to do that right now, or do I want to give a couple more swings. Just a couple more swings, okay? Okay, chat? You cool with that? I'm cool with that. Why did you betray me, remote? It's just the television remote. It's fine. Alright, let's take these guys out. 1, 2. Let's try to get 80 XP in this last run. So, yeah, that's right. Give me a hit. That sounds crazy out of context. Let's go. Going down, down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be a number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex, got getting bullet. We're going down, down in an earlier round. And sugar, we're going down swinging. I'll be a number one with a bullet. A loaded God complex, got getting bullet. You know what I just realized is I've only seen one of the dogs during the entire stream, and I forgot about the 80. I completely got distracted by a thought and broke the 80. Whatever. It's cool. It's fine. Bring it on. But I just realized I haven't seen... I've only seen one of the dogs, and I need to see all of them. I need to give them attention and affection. They need attention. Like right now. So I will do that. But first, I'm gonna save, because saving your progress is very important. I don't have any issues currently with any sort of blackouts or anything like that, but I don't want to play. I don't want to risk my chances. I don't want to risk it. I don't save too frequently, actually. Whenever I'm doing this, I just usually saving until like the end of the stream. Just cuz. But when I'm actually doing the mainline stuff in the game, I go crazy with the save points. I try to hit up every save point. Granted, it's probably just because I want to make sure that I can access the save points for whenever I land on the world. So, that is going to do it for the stream tonight. We made a ton of progress. I wasn't really paying attention to how much XP we got towards the end, but I'm pretty sure we got at least 4,000 XP. Thank you to everyone who stopped by the stream, popped in, either that or watching the VODs on YouTube and or Twitch for the time that it's up. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button on the YouTube side, or on Twitch, hit the follow button. That way you can get notifications of when I go live. On YouTube, you will have to hit the bell, unfortunately. That's kind of the joy of things. You know, you have to subscribe and hit the bell, so then you can get all the videos. And if you also want to follow me on my socials, I have a Twitter, a Blue Sky, and a Tumblr, which I actually do have access to and I'm trying to pay attention to on a more regular basis. They are all at Yellowfang42, so twitter.com/Yellowfang42, Blue Sky at Yellowfang42, Tumblr also at Yellowfang42. Thank you all so much for watching or popping in or anything. It's much appreciated, just even popping in. So, have a good one. I'm gonna give you the end card. Have a good night, day, afternoon, evening. Have a good one.